Good morning, guys. This is Jackie with Evocentric Podcast. We have a little special guest, Fifi, who is my 5-year-old daughter. She's gonna make a quick appearance on this video. So continue to go ahead.
I'm almost 6.
Okay, congratulations, Fifi. She's almost 6, y'all. So just continue to watch. You will be greatly blessed on this episode, you guys. I promise you. Please stay tuned and watch the whole way through, okay? Peace. What's up, guys? This is Jackie with Evocentric Podcast. Thank you for tuning in with me today. I know y'all noticed that the background is a little different. But, usually in the bedroom it's a little bit more relaxed. But this is a very serious topic that I think that you guys need to be engaged in and being able to also receive all the benefits from it. So we're going to take more of like a serious kind of like, studious, like a counselor on the couch type thing, okay? So on today's episode, we'll be discussing the power of no. The power of no, y'all. That means learning how to say no. So there was a time where literally anybody could get a yes from me. That's how nice and sweet and genuine and caring I was. So child, when I tell you I was a target and I was used and taken advantage of and hurt and, just kind of thrown to the wayside, that's just kind of what that may look like. And for some of you who may be the same type of person that I am, you probably have dealt with those things as well. And, it's not really fun. It's not fun at all. So why is it hard saying no in the first place? Many times we may have had childhood traumas. I was raised in a family where my dad was a little abusive. My mom, she was very Christian. So that paired up with me not wanting to say anything to set my dad off or do anything. And then also me not wanting to be judged by my mom because of her Christianity, which I am still a Christian. But it kind of made me feel scared to say no. Like, no, I don't want to do that. And I don't think that parents understand that kids can be traumatized by not feeling like they have a voice. And most of the time, parents make it that way for the kids. Like, you don't tell, a child stays in a child's place, but y'all have to understand that children are still people. So you have to allow them to learn how to say no and create barriers for themselves. Because then they're going to end up in the real world and let everybody take advantage of them. And this is something that I wish I would have known when I was a younger person. But, oh well, I'm older now. I understand myself now. It's all about, self-love and understanding yourself as a person and growing from it. So this is my time and I'm cool with that. So now I'm here sharing this with you guys and hopefully y'all can continue to gain some of this information. Another reason people say no is just the fear of conflict. It's easy to say yes. Somebody asks you, oh yeah, sure, yes. Do you think I'm going to hear backlash from me saying yes? No, they want to hear yes. So, that's easy. But we're not talking about what's easy. We're talking about what is healthy for you. And you saying yes all the time is not healthy for you, nor your mental, nor your physical. So we have distractions in our lives that we just need to let go, get rid of, move on from, and understand that if they are not feeding into us, then we must not feed into them. So just a quick scenario, just what that may look like. Let's just say you see all these red little shot glasses. I love shot glasses. But these are your distractions. These are all the distractions. And then this is your cup. This is what you are filled with. Your love, your energy, your intuitiveness, your discernment. All of this stuff is swirled around all in this. And we're giving it to things, everybody, including me. We give it to things that are unnecessary. Now, some of the things that I'll use as some distractions are not necessarily geared towards me, but you get my point, okay? Because I don't want y'all saying, oh, she call her mama a crackhead or something like that, and I ain't doing all that, okay? So, again, this is your energy. This is your cup. And these are the cups that you're trying to fill that are not going to fill you back up. We have casual sex. That's probably going to be filled all the way up to the top. Masturbation, porn, talking to married men or women, doing drugs or alcohol, sleeping around, not using protection, binge watching TV all day long, playing video games, trying to help your sister who owe you money from 3 days ago. And as you can see, none of these cups have got up and poured themselves back in here. And you can't get mad at them for not doing that, because people are going to do what's convenient for them. Okay? Just understand that. When people make decisions, those decisions ain't about just helping people. It's about what is going to be the most easiest way for them to skate through life. And they're going to manipulate and use and whatever it is that they need to do to make their life easier. And again, you cannot be mad at them because you allowed it. That's why we have to set boundaries. So with that, I'm going to be giving a couple of scenarios as to what that relationship might look like and how you can say no to that particular situation. Okay, that's what it may look like with your child. Okay, go ahead. Ask me the question.
Can I have some boudin?
Can you have some what?
Boudin.
I need you to talk louder. Can I
have some boudin?
Okay, so look. Now, what I want to say is, yeah, of course. Even though I know I don't have any at the house. So that means I'm going to go get in my car and I'm going to go drive to H-E-B and go pick up some boudin to appease my child. Now, how much sense does that make to do that? But it's sad, but people, again, don't even know how to say no to their kids. So you can save yourself some time where I would just be like, you know what, Phoenix? If we had some boudin, I wouldn't mind giving it to you. But we don't have that right now, and I don't really feel like going. So we just gonna go ahead and eat some spaghetti, eat the rest of the spaghetti in the refrigerator. Okay?
Okay.
And so that's how that would look. Now, she might pitch a fit for a little bit, and you might have to, you gonna get backlash when you don't do what other people want you to do, including your kids. So, you just have to learn how to set boundaries again, because you can't let kids do whatever they want to do to you, just like you can't let adults do whatever they want to do to you. Okay? So again, utilize that no to make your life the professional relationship. Oh yes, Miss Howard, we noticed that you had some certifications in CPR, so we decided that we would have you be the director over the entire CPR department at the school. Now, as a professional, you would want to say, oh, yeah, sure, I would love to help. But when you know your job and you know the things that it entails, you have the ability to create those facts to prove why you cannot do it. And just be open and honest with it. Hey, look, I thank you so much for opening that opportunity up for me, but just based off of what I've researched concerning CPR and how many people I can administer at one time, it's not feasible for me to do. So maybe we can come up with another resolution, but at this moment in time, I would have to pass on that. And as a professional, the person who is, the thing is, the person that is above you that is asking you of these things, they want to make sure that you can do it. So they rather you tell them no, still why, not just a no, still tell them why with your facts, but then for you to just be like, oh yeah, sure, okay, and then you just blow it. So, you want to be a reliable person at the same time, too, when you're using your no. Because if you're always saying yes, you're going to drop the ball somewhere. And we want to make sure that you're not dropping the ball on things that are ridiculously important, because that can happen if you let life just have its way with you. But again, you have to set boundaries. And we have friendships. Hey, girl. So I got a surprise. I was going online on Expedia and I saw where it was this huge discount on going to Cabo. Now, I know we didn't discuss it, but I got a really good deal and I already paid for it, and you can just give me the money back whenever you get it. Now, I want to be like, Girl, you got you a deal. We about to get towed up. We about to have a good time. We about to meet some cute guys. All of that, right? But I know that I had other plans with my money, and right now it's just not the right time for me to be spending money, especially me having kids. So let me just go ahead and tell her instead, you know what? I really appreciate the fact that you were thinking of me, and and that you had paid for the trip. You were so eager, and I get it. I really wish that I could go, but I just don't have the money to give on that particular thing at this moment in time. So just call and see if you can get a refund, and just let me know, and we can hopefully it'll be worked out. That's it. And I mean, there's really nothing that you can say. Now you have friends that they will be upset with you, but they don't necessarily tell you that they're upset. They just do things that make you know that they're upset, but you know your friends better than anybody else do. So you treat them accordingly. If they got an issue with it, hey, take your time away from them. Let them take their time out for them to cool down. They'll be back eventually, but you don't have to appease them because they're your friend. If you don't want to go and you can't afford to go, then don't go. Right? So then we have my favorite, relationships. Hey, Keisha, I know it hasn't been that long, but I want you to know that I love you. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it feels like this, but I think you the one. So with that being said, I want to give myself to you. So are you willing to trust me enough to give yourself to me? Now for me, just for me, in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, yes, I do. I do, honey. I want it now. I've been waiting. I've been thinking about it. I've been fantasizing about it. I just don't know. Like, I want him to take me down right now. But I have a goal in mind, right? Like, my goal is to be married just for me. And I'm hoping as a woman or a man that your goal is to eventually be married as well. And so with that, we have to be very intentional as to how we're going about that. So with you using your logic, because your no has to come with logic behind it, or else you won't feel secure in your no, right? So when I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know that I like this man. I know that I have been dreaming about this, even if it's just been for a few days. But in your head, he telling you he love you. Goodness well, he don't know you from Adam. You could be the craziest person on this planet, and this dude is telling you that he love you within the span of a couple of days. We have to be logical before we put those emotions in place, because that's what trips us up every time. Every time. So instead, what you would be like, you know what? I'm glad that you are feeling this way about me. It makes me feel good. But I still think that we need to continue to get to know one another before we take that step. And I just want to make sure that I'm making the right decision. Now, he going to keep on badgering you. He going to keep on badgering you. Okay? And that's okay. That's what men are going to do. That's, they're men. So, sex is definitely on their mind in some format, whether it may be just looking at your body, getting turned on by how you talk, watching your walk, whatever have you. That is at the forefront at the beginning. And you have to be very cautious of this, ladies, because men will say whatever they can to get anything that they want out of you. Once you tell them all your business, they'll use it against you and get you to do whatever you're really at their beck and call at that moment in time. So you have to be very intentional as to who you allow that space to even be given to, number one. But again, you have to use those no's. If you have somebody that is a vulture or a user, or they're just looking for somebody to feed them because they're empty on the inside, then you don't give that to them. You keep that's when you tell them no, they run from that. So even like the whole thing when I did the narcissist video, so many people reached out to me and was like, how do I keep from attracting narcissists? Set boundaries. Set boundaries. People who are selfish don't like boundaries. So if you set those boundaries and you use those no's, sometimes it got to be a hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, and use it to your advantage, because you will win from it. And again, it has to be an honest no. If you truly, honestly know that it is a no for sure, say it. If you want to say it yes, you can say that too. But the thing is, you have to think about, like, every time you say yes to somebody else, you're saying no to yourself. That's really it. And the thing is that people will be turned off by it. You might, have rubbed some people the wrong way by letting them know, hey, I have to think about myself. But if people do not value enough to understand that in relationships, in any relationship, there has to be boundaries that are set. And if I can't do it, then I just can't do it. And you can't be mad at me because I can't do it. However that other person feels, you let them feel that way. That is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is you, because at the end of the day, the only way that you can be 100% on your game is when you set boundaries and you have room to be able to sift out the BS and give love to people who are giving love back. Okay? So it'll help you manage your time as well. Like, y'all, I used to tell every dude that I would go on a date with him. Every guy. I had like 20 numbers in my phone full of dudes. I don't even say their numbers. All of my time was being utilized because my silly self just couldn't be like, you know what? No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And I would literally have a date every day, almost all day. So I didn't have any time to dedicate to myself at all, which means it was another distraction because it was taken away from my purpose. So it's just like what is worth your time? What is worth your time? And when you really sit down and think about it, a lot of stuff is not worth your time, you guys. So like I stated before, this is all for accountability purposes. I had a major issue with saying no, but like my pastor said at the Fellowship of Faith, we too old for oops. I'm getting too old to make the same mistakes over again. I'm getting too old to allow the same things that I know for a fact are not worth my time or worthy of my presence in general. So just keep these no's in mind, y'all. Say no whenever you possibly can. Practice it. Go in the mirror. Talk to yourself. Allow yourself to process things. You don't have to just no every time somebody say, you ain't gotta say no, like, real quick. But just take some time to process it, to really see if this is truly what you want to do. If it is an obligatory yes, then change that yes into a no. But if you truly, honestly want to help that person and you're able and you don't care what the outcome may be, you know that they need it and that's just where your heart is at the time, then by all means do whatever you need to do. But again, put yourself first in these situations. Put yourself first, because when you put yourself first, you can allow others to receive the best you. And that's all we should ever want, you guys. So again, thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. This was such a great experience for me. This is something new that I was trying to do, and I enjoyed it, and hopefully I can get better and grow with it. Please make sure you subscribe and like, comment, leave any feedback. Please hit me up on Instagram at Jack My Vibes with a Z at the end. You can hit me up on Facebook. I'll leave all that down below. You guys have a great day. It was so good seeing you guys again. Peace.